Hey folks, good day to you. Welcome here. And today, I, Behram, am taking you through one more edition of MT Educate presents Ajab Grammar ke Gazab Shortcuts. Yes, and today we are going to do a superb topic, and that is direct and indirect speech. Yes, also known as reported speech. So, what is this reported speech ka rap? Absolutely. We are going to do reported speech in a shortcut method in the shortest possible time. So, our time starts now. Right. Let's have a look at what is this question. Direct to indirect speech. In the exam you get change from the direct to the indirect speech. And at most times this question comes for 2 marks. So, let us exactly look at what are the changes. Since the question itself is change from the direct to the indirect speech, let's have a look at what are the changes that take place from the direct to the indirect speech. Here we are. Change number 1, punctuation. Can you see 5 changes take place? Can you see 5 changes on your screen? Yes. Change number 1, punctuation. And as you can clearly see, in that sentence, Ram said, I am happy now. There was a comma, there were quotation marks, all that is gone. And there is a full stop. Right. Change number 2, change of andar ka tense, change of the inside tense, change of the tense which is inside the quotation marks. As you can see, I am happy now became he was happy now. Present tense became past tense. Change number 3, the pronoun on the or the possessive adjective change. As you can see, quotation marks ke andar jo I tha became he. Change number 4, comma becomes connective. As you can see that comma on your screen, it has now changed to that. And change number 5, and finally, can you see that word now? It became then. Does every word change? No, there is a list of changing words. So here we are looking at 5 changes. Change number 1, punctuation. Change number 2, change of andar ka tense. Yeah, change of inside tense. What is called in English grammar as the change of the tense of the reporting verb. Change number 3, pronoun or possessive adjective change. I'm sorry if I have said reporting verb. It is change of the tense of the reported verb. The verb that is outside is called the reporting verb, and the verb that is inside is called the reported verb. Change number 3, the pronoun or the possessive adjective change, that I becoming he in this sentence. Change number 4, comma becoming that. Does it always become that? That we shall see. And change number 5, list of changing words. Usme se change number 1, punctuation, to humne kar diya. Now, let us move on to change number 4. Sir, 2 and 3? Arey karte hain na baad mein. Let's move on to change number 4, comma becomes connective. Yes, let's move on to connective. Here we are with the connective. I am putting up 4 sentences on the screen. Sentence number 1, he said to her, I am reading a book. Sentence number 2, he said to her, am I reading a book? Sentence number 3, he said to her, read a book. Sentence number 4, he said to her, what a book I am reading. Is there a difference in the 4 sentences inside the quotation marks? Yes, there is. The first sentence is typically an assertive sentence. Subject plus verb plus object, full stop. The second sentence is an interrogative sentence. As you can very, very clearly see, there is a question mark at the end. The third sentence is an imperative sentence, expresses order, request, advice, command. And the fourth sentence is an exclamatory sentence, expresses a strong feeling or emotion. Now, let us get the indirect speech of each of these 4 sentences. Let's take the first sentence. The indirect speech is, he told her that he was reading a book. Can you see what has happened? If you can see what I have highlighted clearly in red, that. He told her that. The comma has become that. The connective used here is that. Shall we use the same connective for the remaining 3 sentences? Wait and watch. Let's look at the next sentence. He said to her, am I reading a book? And the indirect speech is, he asked her if he was reading a book. Can we see the difference? He said to her became he asked her. and comma became if. There is a difference. Why was there a difference? Why did we not use that here? Obviously we know the reason why. क्योंकि ये वाला sentence quotation marks के अंदर interrogative था, जबकि पहला वाला sentence quotation marks के अंदर full stop था, assertive था. Let's look at the third sentence, the imperative sentence. He said to her, read a book. और उसका indirect speech है, he ordered her, या he told her to read a book. See what's happened? Said has become ordered, and the verb here along with the comma has become an infinitive, to plus verb, to read. And let us look at the last answer. He said to her, what a book I am reading. और उसका indirect speech is, he exclaimed to her that he was reading a fantastic book. Exclaimed to her. Why did I change said to exclaimed? क्योंकि direct speech के अंदर exclamation mark था, quotation marks के अंदर. Can you see that? जबकि indirect speech में punctuation में exclamation mark नहीं हो सकता, सिर्फ full stop आ सकता है. So somehow or the other we have to let the people know that it was an exclamatory sentence, and that is why he exclaimed to her that. I hope you are getting this point very, very clear. Yes? लेकिन सर आपने एग्जाम्पल्स तो बता दिए, कुछ तो रूल होगा. 100% रूल है और वो ही हम करने जाते हैं. लेट अस लुक एट द कनेक्टिव रूल. हाउ आर वी श्योर दैट वी विल यूज द राइट कनेक्टिव एवरी टाइम? वी हैव ऑलरेडी रियलाइज्ड द कनेक्टिव डिपेंड्स अपॉन द टाइप ऑफ सेंटेंस. Interrogative, assertive, imperative and exclamatory, the 4 type of sentences that we are going to see today. How the connective changes is what we are going to do, right, along with the change in the type of the sentence. Yes, let us describe these 4 sentences. What is an interrogative sentence? You will say, sir, a sentence ending with a question mark. Agreed. But there is one more fact. An interrogative sentence has a reverse order of the assertive sentence. Assertive sentence is subject plus verb plus object. Behram is an old man. True or false नहीं पूछा. Interrogative sentence is verb plus subject plus object. Is Behram an old man? Just by saying Behram is an old man doesn't make my sentence interrogative. Only my tone was interrogative. Understand? So, what is the difference between an interrogative and an assertive sentence? Interrogative is verb plus subject plus object question mark. Assertive is subject plus verb plus object full stop. Imperative, simple. Subject you छुपा हुआ. Kill Behram. Don't do it. I'm speaking here, right? If you say kill Behram, it is actually you kill Behram. Subject you छुपा हुआ. Don't injure him. You don't injure him. Subject you छुपा हुआ. And finally, an exclamatory sentence is a sentence that expresses a strong feeling or emotion and obviously ends in an exclamation mark, as you can see. So, let us look at the first 2 sentences, interrogative and assertive, and see the swap of the subject and the verb becoming verb and the subject, right? Let's have a look at that. Look at this assertive sentence. They are eating. In the interrogative, they and are will swap places and it will become, are they eating? Are you clear with that? Yes. Now let's move on to a little bit of more understanding. दुनिया में 2 किस्म के interrogatives हैं. एक WH type जो आप अभी देख रहे हो. When are they eating? Which means a WH question is asked. और दूसरा yes no type जैसे आपने पहले ही देखा, are they eating? No WH is there, right? Why are they called yes no type? Are they eating? Because the answer has to be yes or no. Are they eating? Yes, they are eating, or no, they are not eating. But a WH type ka answer can never be yes or no. When are they eating? Yes. What is your name? No. WH का question answer कभी भी yes or no नहीं हो सकता. So again we are back to this. दुनिया में 2 किस्म के interrogatives हैं. एक WH type which uses a WH word और दूसरा yes no type which does not use a WH word. दोनों में verb plus subject plus object question mark. Imperative sentence. Let's take a look at one imperative sentence. Please eat your food. अरे बाबा खाना खा. आज तक जिंदगी में मुझे किसी ने ये बोला नहीं है क्योंकि मैं खाना खाते ही रहता हूँ. Bookend number 1. And finally, a look at the exclamatory sentence. How fast you eat. Everybody keeps telling me that. My wife has been saying that since the day we are married. How fast you eat. I think I eat her food too. That's why. Okay. Jokes apart. Now let us have the connective, where our sentence is always going to be he said to her. Sentence number 1, are they eating? Sentence number 2, when are they eating? Sentence number 3, they are eating. Sentence number 4, please eat your food. And sentence number 5, how fast you eat. Right? These are my sentences, my 5 sentences, and what we are going to do, we are going to change from the direct to the indirect speech, and you will be told the rule. Let's take the last sentence first, exclamatory sentence. He said to her, how fast you eat, or uska answer is on your screen, is coming up now. But look at the rule first. Here is the rule for all exclamatory sentences. Exclaim that plus subject plus verb plus object full stop. So the answer to he said to her, how fast you eat is he exclaimed to her, as you can see on your screen, that she ate very fast. Very simple. The answer to any imperative sentence, look at the type 3, imperative. Example, please eat your food. The rule is very simple. Here is the rule on your screen. Either ordered, requested, told, advised, and to that you have to add the listener. He ordered her. The teacher told the students. The teacher ordered the students. For example, right? He ordered whoever is a listener, and then infinitive, 2 plus verb. So here is the answer. He said to her, please eat your food. He requested her. क्योंकि वो please है, तो requested her to eat her food. And now let's look at the assertive sentence on your screen. He said to her, they are eating. Sentence, the assertive sentence. Here we are, and your rule is very, very simple. He told, if there is a listener, he told her. If there is no listener, for example, he said, they are eating. Then he said that. If there is a listener, then told that. If no listener, said that. Are we clear with that? And of course, S plus V plus O full stop. So here is my answer. He told her that they were eating. Let's check up the last 2 sentences. I mean the first 2 sentences, the interrogative sentences on your screen. Are they eating and when are they eating? Yep, as I said, there are 2 types of interrogatives, either with the WH or without the WH, and the rule is very simple. Instead of said, you will use asked. Uske baad, whoever is the listener, in this case, her. Uske baad, agar WH hai, तो WH लिखेंगे. अगर WH नहीं है, तो if या whether. In the first sentence, there is no WH. Are they eating? So my answer is, he asked her if they were eating. ये are were क्यों बन गया, वो बाद में देखेंगे. In the second sentence, WH है. So he asked her when they were eating. And that is it. There is nothing else to it. Right? This is the rule. These are the rules for the connectives. Have you understood this clearly, everybody? Yes? So, we have done the rule. Let us just recap the connective rule. The connective depends upon the type of sentence in the quotation marks. Sentence assertive, connective, said that, plus S plus V plus O full stop. Sentence imperative, connective, ordered, requested, told, advised, plus 2 plus verb. Sentence exclamatory, तो connective exclaim that, plus S plus V plus O full stop. And sentence interrogative, तो connective, as you can see right at the top of your screen, alright, the connective is asked plus listener plus if or whether or WH plus S plus V plus O full stop. And with this, we now move on to the next change. We have already finished 2 changes. The first change, punctuation. The second change, comma becomes connective. We now go to the third change, but on the screen it is change number 2, change of अंदर का टेंस, change of the inside tense, what is known in English as the tense of the reported verb. देखो बाहर का टेंस, रिपोर्टिंग वर्ब का टेंस तो कभी चेंज नहीं होता, लेकिन अंदर के वर्ब का टेंस, रिपोर्टेड वर्ब का टेंस चेंज होता है. क्या हमेशा चेंज होता है? कब चेंज होता है, कैसे चेंज होता है, इज व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू सी नाउ. चेंज ऑफ द inside tense, change of the tense of the reported verb, and here we go. Let's read some examples and answers which are on the screen right behind me. Here we are. The first sentence, he will say to her, you seem tired. Direct speech. Uska indirect speech, he will tell her that she seems tired. Second sentence, she said to him, I spent your cash. She always says that to him, right? Uska answer, she told him that she had spent his cash. Third sentence, softly bolo. The student said, Behram is dead. Putta tapak gaya. The student said that Behram was dead is the indirect speech. And the fourth sentence, Hetal said, I cannot swim. And the indirect speech, Hetal said that she could not swim. So, the question is very, very simple, right? In the very first sentence, he will say to her, you seem tired. In the indirect speech, अंदर का tense change नहीं होता है. The answer is he will tell her that she seems tired. लेकिन in the remaining three sentences, अंदर के verb का tense change हुआ. In the second sentence, अंदर का tense spent, past tense became past perfect, had spent. In the third sentence, is dead became was dead, past tense. Present tense का past tense हुआ. And in that sentence, Hetal said, I cannot swim, can became could. What is happening? I want you all to think, why in the first sentence, अंदर का tense change नहीं हुआ, जबकि बाकी तीन sentences में अंदर का tense change हुआ? The answer is very simple. In the first sentence, बाहर का tense is not past tense. बाकी तीनों sentence में बाहर past tense है. Can we see that everybody? Absolutely. बाकी तीनों में बाहर past tense है. First sentence में बाहर का tense past tense नहीं है. That means we make our first rule, and that is बाहर का टेंस पास तो हिच अंदर चेंज कर. What is the first rule? बाहर का टेंस पास तो हिच अंदर चेंज कर. I am repeating. What is the first rule? बाहर का टेंस पास तो हिच अंदर चेंज कर. Absolutely. And then the second rule, present को तू past में कर, past को तू past perfect में कर. As you can see, she said to him, I spent your cash. Spent becomes had spent. Present को तू past में कर, पास को तू पास परफेक्ट में कर. लेकिन ये कब होता है? बाहर का टेंस पास तो हिच अंदर चेंज कर. द थर्ड रूल, एम इज आर वॉज वर में बदल, हैव और हैज को हैड में बदल. अगेन, एम इज आर वॉज वर में बदल, हैव और हैज को हैड में बदल. कैन यू सी द स्टूडेंट सेड Behram is dead. The rule says एम इज आर वॉज वर में बदल, बट इट ओनली हैपेंस व्हेन बाहर का टेंस पास तो हिच अंदर चेंज कर. राइट? So the third rule, am is are was were में बदल, have और has को had में बदल. Let's repeat from the start. बाहर का tense past तो हिच अंदर change कर. Come on students, let's do the reported rap. बाहर का tense past तो हिच अंदर change कर. Say, बाहर का tense past तो हिच अंदर change कर. Present को तू past में कर, past को तू past perfect में कर, present को तू पास्ट में कर, पास्ट को तू पास्ट परफेक्ट में कर. एम इज आर वॉज वर में बदल, हैव और हैज को हैड में बदल. लेट्स लुक ऑन व्हाट्स हैपनिंग लेटर. मे को माइट, कैन को कुड, विल को वुड एंड शैल को शुड. मे को माइट, कैन को कुड, विल को वुड एंड शैल को शुड. एवरीबॉडी, लेट्स स्टार्ट फ्रॉम द बिगिनिंग. बाहर का टेंस पास्ट तो हिच अंदर चेंज कर. प्रेजेंट को तू पास्ट में कर, पास्ट को तू पास्ट परफेक्ट में कर. एम इज आर वॉज वर में बदल, हैव और हैज को हैड में बदल. मे को माइट, कैन को कुड, विल को वुड एंड शैल to should. And never change the tense of proverbs, habitual actions and universal truths. And never change the tense of proverbs, habitual actions and universal truths. Come on. बाहर का टेंस पास्ट तो हिच अंदर चेंज कर. With me. बाहर का टेंस पास्ट तो हिच अंदर चेंज कर. प्रेजेंट को तू पास्ट में कर, पास्ट को तू पास्ट परफेक्ट में कर. एम इज आर वॉज वर में बदल, हैव और हैज को हैड में बदल. मे को माइट, कैन को कुड, विल को वुड एंड शैल को शुड. एंड नेवर चेंज द टेंस ऑफ प्रोवर्ब्स, हैबिचुअल एक्शंस एंड universal truths. That's it. Now if you can see, with each and every part of that rap that I have just given you, you can see the corresponding sentence, example and answer. Look at the last one. And never change the tense of proverbs, habitual actions and universal truths. So, Akshay said, the earth is round. Even though बाहर का tense past है, अंदर का tense change नहीं होगा, क्योंकि and never change the tense of proverbs, habitual actions and universal truths. Fantastic. Have we understood this? Okay, let's see how much we've understood so far. Let's do a few sentences. Sentence number 1. Dolly Tucker said, I am writing a book on dieting. Behram to kabhi nahi likh sakta. Chalo, Dolly Tucker ne likh liya. Dolly Tucker kaun hai? Kya pata? Okay, let's have a look at what happens here. Yes. बाहर का टेंस पास तो ही अंदर चेंज कर. I am writing has to change. Am is are, was were में बदल. Do you remember that? Absolutely. Answer. Dolly Tucker said that she was writing a book on dieting. Amazing. Let's look at the next sentence. Abhay Wagh said to Preeti Wagh. Preeti Wagh हमारी English teacher है. Abhay Wagh कौन है? पता नहीं. I have been trying to dance since years. Right? बेचारा मेरे जैसा होगा. Anyway, why? What's going to happen here? Have को had में बदल. Am is are was were में बदल. Have और has को had में बदल. क्यों? क्योंकि बाहर का tense past तो ही अंदर change कर. And your answer, Abhay Wagh said that he had been trying to dance since years. Let's look at one more sentence. Mother said to her daughter, time and tide wait for no man. बाहर का tense past तो ही अंदर change कर. Again, बाहर का टेंस पास तो ही अंदर चेंज कर. लेकिन and never change the tense of proverbs, habitual actions and universal truths. Time and tide wait for no man is a proverb. It is also a universal truth, and therefore there is no change of tense. Answer. Mother told her daughter that time and tide wait for no man. और इसी के साथ हमने 3 changes कर लिए हैं. Here we are rocking. 3 changes done. Punctuations done. Change of andar ka tense, that is change of the tense of the reported verb is done, and comma becomes connective is done. Let's look at the next one. The change of pronoun and possessive adjective. Right? As you can see in the sentence on your screen, Ram said, I am happy now. Ram said that he was happy. How did I become he? Does it always become he? No. Let's see the rule. Here we are. Okay? And let us first look at what we have already got in our rap song, and then we can go on ahead. बाहर का tense पास तो ही अंदर change कर. Let's start again. बाहर का tense पास तो ही अंदर change कर. Present को तू past में कर. Past को तू past perfect में कर. Am is are was were में बदल. Have or has को had में बदल. May को might, can को could, will को would and shall को should. And never change the tense of proverbs, habitual actions, universal truths. And now, let's carry on this amazing rap with the rule. This is rap with the rule. First person को तू subject से जोड़, second person को तू object से जोड़, third person को तू वैसे ही छोड़. Okay, we all know what is subject and what is object, right? Subject is the noun or the pronoun before the verb. Object is the noun or the pronoun after the verb. So what is this? First person को तू subject से जोड़, second person को तू object से जोड़, and third person को तू वैसे ही छोड़. First person, whatever contains I is first person. I, we, me, myself, ourselves, right? Me, mine, we, our, all that is first person. Whatever contains you is second person. You, your, yourself, yourselves, second person. जिसमें ना I, ना you, third person. Whatever contains neither I nor you automatically becomes the third person. So, let us see what the rule says. First person को तू subject से जोड़, second person को तू object से जोड़, third person को तू वैसे ही छोड़. Let's have a look at what they're saying. Look at that sentence. He said to her, I gave them to you. And that is your sentence. And what are we supposed to do with that sentence? We are supposed to use the rule. Already, as you can see, he told her that. We have used the connective rule, right? Gave became had given. We have used that rule. Past को तू past perfect में कर. क्यों? बाहर का tense past तो ही अंदर change कर. And now what are we going to do? Now we are going to use this rule. First person को तू subject से जोड़, second person को तू object से जोड़, third person को तू वैसे ही छोड़. Look at the first person in the quotation marks. I. What is the subject? He. I का आंसर he. Indirect में first person को तू subject से जोड़. Direct का first person, indirect का subject बन जाएगा. Second person को तू object से जोड़. Look at the second person at the end of the sentence. I gave them to you. Object क्या है? Her. आंसर देखो, her. अरे this works 100% every time. Third person को तू वैसे ही छोड़. Them will remain them. No change. Absolutely clear. First person को तू subject से जोड़, second person को तू object से जोड़ और third person को तू वैसे ही छोड़. Absolutely fantastically clear, which now brings us to our last and fifth change. I had told you we are going to finish this topic in the shortest possible time. We are coming to our last change, the fifth change, and that is the change, the changing words, the words that change. Changing words are words of time and distance generally. As you can see in this sentence, now became then. Let's see how many such words are there. Here is your list of changing words. Are we ready, everybody? Here we are. Here is the list of changing words in the direct speech, and here you're going to have their matching words in the indirect speech. हम अभी खेलने वाले हैं KBC नहीं, match the following. Right? We will play MTF, match the following. जैसे कि for example, direct speech में now, तो indirect speech में क्या बन जाता है वो? It becomes then. Direct speech में this, indirect speech में that. Direct speech में ago, तो indirect speech में बन जाता है वही word before. Direct speech में today, indirect speech में बन जाता है that day. Direct speech में yesterday, indirect speech में बन जाता है the day before. Direct speech में here, indirect speech में there. Direct speech में these, indirect speech में those. Direct speech में come, indirect speech में go. For example, he said to her, come here. का indirect speech, he told her, या he ordered her to go there. Come here becomes go there. Direct speech में tomorrow, indirect speech में the next day या the following day. Direct speech में last night, indirect speech में the night before या the previous night. Direct speech में sorry. Behram said to Deepa, sorry. Deepa is my wife. मैं हमेशा sorry बोलते रहता हूँ उसको. Behram apologized to Deepa. Don't say Behram said that sorry. Apologize. Behram said thank you. Behram thanked. The student said to Behram goodbye. कुछ ज़्यादा ही बोल दिया. The students bade Behram a goodbye or bade goodbye to Behram. It's not bade goodbye या छोटे goodbye. The student said to Behram, hello sir. The students greeted Behram. The teacher said to the students, good morning. The teacher wished the students a good morning. Good morning in the indirect speech becomes wished a good morning. Suppose I give you a sentence. Behram said to Deepa, will you marry me? Deepa said yes. Then don't give the answer as Deepa said that yes. No. Deepa replied in the affirmative. Deepa said no. Chal bhag. Deepa replied in the negative. And this is your list of changing words. And with that, we have finished all the 5. From the direct to the indirect speech, all over, all the rules over. Let's use the rule now. 3 examples on the screen for you. Example number 1. He said, good evening. I've come to see if you have a room just for one night. Accept the good and bad with gratitude. 10th standard chapter. He said, good evening. I've come to see if you have a room for just one night. Let's put this into the indirect speech. He wished her a good evening, as we just saw, list of changing words, and added that and said that he had come to see. I have becomes he had because बाहर का tense pass to each अंदर change कर have और has को had में बदल. To see if she had a room. Why she? First person को तू subject से जोड़, second person you को तू object से जोड़. He is asking the author. A room for just one night. Second sentence. I ran short of pots, she explained, and knowing how this one would be, I thought it wouldn't mind starting in this old pail. Amazing, same chapter. She explained that She had run short of pots. Pass ko tu pass perfect maker. And further added that, knowing how that one would be, this becomes that. She had thought pass ko tu pass perfect maker. It wouldn't mind. Won't means will not, becomes would not. Starting in that old pail, this becomes that. Finally, last sentence. Mom said, I'm getting tired and it's getting late. I think I'll go to bed. A mother's good night. And your answer is here on the screen for you. Mom said that she was getting tired and it was getting late. After all, am is are was were mein badal. And hence she thought present ko tu, past maker, she would go to bed. Will becomes would. So can you see, my dear friends, it is fantastically easy to do this topic. And therefore, once again, hence proved that direct and indirect speech, or what we call today as a reported rap, rocks. Absolutely. Thank you very much. Love you. God bless you.